过头，咱的缘分就已经尽。若是想要挽回，甘也搁有可能。心是爱甲恨，亲像一支刀的两面。当初付出偌多，伤害就有偌深。爱着可恨的人，恨可爱的天真，竟然相信你会陪伴阮一生。恨你可爱的人，爱你可恨的感情，总是害我爱袂着，恨袂落心。过头，咱的缘分就已经尽。若是想要挽回，甘也搁有可能。心是爱甲恨，亲像一支刀的两面。当初付出偌多，伤害就有偌深。相信你会陪伴阮一生，恨你可爱的人，爱你可恨的感情，总是害我爱袂着，恨袂落心。
Eagle. And now the UTP. There is a pop songs.
User track player.
User track player. Dinner time. Now it's time for 6 p.m. The time now is saying why party here. Dinner time. Dinner time. Dinner time.
家什么样？是不是都长了翅膀？风暴降临，带我们逃。我们用爱打造，原谅过往，再拥抱希望。紧紧拥抱我们的新家。家是每个小孩的梦想，泪和汗水流过的胸膛，爱一块一块的砌上，装上门窗，迎接阳光。家是每个心灵的殿堂，伤痛了逃回的方向，爱一天一天的茁壮。 是每个小孩的梦想，泪和汗水流过的胸膛，爱一块一块的砌上，装上门窗，迎接阳光。家是每个心灵的天堂，伤痛了都会的方向，爱一天一天的茁壮，家就是天堂。
最心房，学着快乐人回旁，温柔的我，轻轻将你揽，幸福伴走美丽鸳鸯吧。真心热恋的情花，心心相连，永远袂作伙，才是人生牵手过程，才是人生牵手过程。
Hi, my name is Mr. Strong.
And my name is Amster 5677, for the user track player Dinner Time.
This song is Ai Hen Long Shi Ni by Huang Yiling, Ki Se Ren Sheng by Ji Jiwoo for the theme song of the TV drama Golden Years, and Xinjia by Adu. Now the traffic update today.
User track player.
User track player.
Traffic update.
Before McPherson intersection. Yuno's heading for Jailing exit. There are many cars in the direction of Paya Lebar. The car broke down at Upper Bukit Timah exit, Hume Avenue exit. The accident occurred at KJE exit. Please drive carefully before Bidok exit.
Nickel Highway, CTE direction, Admiralty exit, Yio Chu Kang intersection direction is heavy traffic.
User Track Player traffic update is brought to you by Volkswagen. You can buy a car. Fortunately, you can buy the right one. Please log on, youcandobetter.sg for more details.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
Time is 6:09 p.m. User Track Player Time Report is brought to you by Cultex. Cultex Go. Our stations may get busy sometimes, and that means physical payments can create congestion at the cashier area. As we continue to practice social distancing, we strongly encourage all drivers to make contactless payment via our Cultex Go app. Only at Cultex. The dinner time story time for User Track Player.
We'll listen to the story for the Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Long ago in Italy there lived an old clockmaker named Geppetto. Tick tick tock, tick tick tock. Went all the clocks in his shop. When he worked, Geppetto felt happy, but when he rested, a sad feeling came over him. He would think, all my life and no child to call my own. So, one day Geppetto carved a puppet from wood in the shape of a boy. He made the arms and legs of the puppet so they could move. He cut and sewed a nice outfit for it, as if it were a real boy. I will call you Pinocchio, said Geppetto. That night, Geppetto laid the wooden puppet down onto the bed. From out of the window, a big star twinkled bright. Geppetto looked out the window to the twinkling star. Bright star, said Geppetto, if I could make one wish, it would be for a real boy of my own. But of course, he knew that was not possible. That night, the same big star swooshed right into Geppetto's room. It changed into a blue fairy. The blue fairy flew over to the bed. Little wooden puppet, said the blue fairy, in the morning, you will be able to walk and talk like a real boy. She tapped the puppet one time with her wand. And if someday you can prove that you are brave and true, you may become a real boy. Pinocchio's eyes opened. One more thing, said the blue fairy. Suddenly, a cricket appeared. He was dressed mighty fine and could talk. Meet the cricket, said the blue fairy. He will stay with you to help you make wise choices. And with that, the blue fairy went swoosh and was gone, out of the window and up into the night sky. When Geppetto woke up the next morning, he said, I will go take my puppet out of bed. But the bed was empty. Here I am, father, said Pinocchio from the other side of the room. Geppetto swung around. What, you can talk? Yep, I am Pinocchio, your boy. How can this be? Said Geppetto in shock. Then he said, but who cares? He rushed over and swept the wooden puppet into his arms. Pinocchio, my son, he said in great happiness. One day Pinocchio said, I want to go to school, like other boys. Of course, said Geppetto, but he did not have the money to buy school books. Later that day, Geppetto came back home with school books. Now you can go to school, he said. But father, where is your warm coat? With a wave of his hand Geppetto said, no need to worry about that. What matters is that you will go to school tomorrow. He did not want Pinocchio to know he had traded his warm coat to buy the school books. The next morning, Pinocchio said goodbye to Geppetto. He skipped along the path to school, humming as he went. The cricket rode on his shoulder, happy, too. Coming up to them on the path was a fox and a cat. And where are you going on this fine day? Said the fox. I am going to school, said Pinocchio. On such a fine day as this? Said the fox. It is too nice to be stuck inside school. You should come with us to the fair. Listen to me, said the fox. He put his arm around Pinocchio's shoulder. Anything you need to know, you can learn at the fair. Really? Said Pinocchio. Take it from me, said the fox. Pinocchio, said the cricket. He does not know what he is talking about. The fox covered the cricket with his hat. No one could hear the little fellow as the cricket tried to call out, Pinocchio, do not listen to him. Okay, said Pinocchio. Let's go to the fair. And off they went. What a fair it was. By the gate was a man dressed in white. He called out, come in, right this way. Get your tickets here.
With a sad look, Pinocchio said to the fox and cat, "I do not have any tickets." A man was selling old things at a table near the gate. He called, "Hey, you, sell me those new school books of yours. That is how you can get money for tickets." The fair was so bright and colorful and exciting that the next thing Pinocchio knew, he had sold his school books for tickets. "No, Pinocchio, stop," called the cricket, who finally got out from under the fox's hat. But Pinocchio, the fox and the cat did not hear him. They were already inside the fair. On stage was a puppet show. "I am a puppet, too," said Pinocchio. "I can dance like that." He jumped right onto the stage and started to dance with the other puppets. "Look at that new puppet," someone called. "It has no strings." "No strings?" said another. "Amazing." Everyone laughed and laughed. They threw coins on the stage. The man who ran the fair saw coins fly onto the stage. "Well, now," he said, rubbing his chin, "this puppet with no strings will make me rich." The next thing Pinocchio knew, he was picked up and thrown in a birdcage. In the next moment, the door was locked shut. "Hey, get me out," called Pinocchio. But the person who had thrown him in just left the room. Only the cricket heard Pinocchio's calls. The cricket ran back and forth, in and out of the birdcage, trying to find a way to free the lock. But he could not unlock it. "I am stuck," cried Pinocchio. "How did this happen to me?" All of a sudden, poof, there was the blue fairy. "Please," said Pinocchio, "can you help me?" "Tell me something first," said the blue fairy. "How did you get inside that cage?" "Tell her what happened," said the cricket. Could he really tell the blue fairy what had happened? What would she think of him? I was robbed," said Pinocchio. "Is that right?" said the blue fairy with a frown. Pinocchio's nose began to grow. "Yes, robbed," said Pinocchio, "by two mean men, and no, for the nose grew more. They took my books, they made me come here, and they threw me into this cage." His nose grew longer and longer, until Pinocchio could see nothing in front of his face but one big giant nose. "Why is my nose so big?" Pinocchio cried out. "Pinocchio," said the blue fairy in a stern voice, "you must know what the truth really is." "I guess so," said Pinocchio. "I wanted to come to the fair. I came here with a fox and the cat. The nose grew shorter. I had to sell my books to get some tickets." "Had to?" said the blue fairy. "I mean, I decided to sell my books to get tickets," he said. "The nose got shorter still. Then someone put me in this cage," he said. The nose was back to normal. "Good job, Pinocchio," said the cricket. "Well done," said the blue fairy. "Now I will get you out of here." With a wave of her wand, Pinocchio was out of the cage. "Here are your books." And Pinocchio was holding the same new school books in his hands again. "Know this," said the blue fairy. "You are on your own from now on. Make sure you do the right thing next time." And she was gone. Pinocchio was back on the road to school. A coachman drove up. "Hey kid, how about a ride?" "No, thank you," said Pinocchio. "I am going to school." "You will ride faster with me," said the coachman to Pinocchio. He said to himself, "He will ride faster, all right, but not to where he thinks he is going." "All right," said Pinocchio. "I want to get to school right away." When Pinocchio was inside the coach, the coachman said, "Say kid, why do you think boys like you go to school?" "To learn things," said Pinocchio, "and to grow up, I guess, so we can do what we want." "Well," said the coachman, "what if I told you that could do what you wanted? Right now?" "Right now?" "Yep. Think of it. Skip the books. Skip the school. Right now. How would you like to have all the candy you can eat?" "All the candy?" "Yep. Ice cream, too, of every flavor. Ever want to smoke a cigar or play pool? All this and more. At Pleasure Island." "Pleasure Island? Best place in the world for boys like you." "Don't listen to him, Pinocchio," shouted the cricket. "Why wait?" said the coachman. "I know just where Pleasure Island is." "This is your lucky day, kid." "So what do you say?" "Let's go there," said Pinocchio. "I'm going to Pleasure Island." "Or," said the cricket, waving his arms in the air. After a while, the coach stopped. "You got a boy with you in that coach?" said a dark stranger to the coachman. Yep. The coachman grabbed Pinocchio and threw him down onto the ground. He's all yours. Now pay up. The coachman reached out for something. Was it money? From the dark stranger. Then the coachman drove off. What could it all mean? But as Pinocchio looked around, he no longer cared, for everything the coachman had told him was true. Heaps of candy all about, tubs of ice cream in every flavor. Boys like him could eat and play all day. None of them had to work or clean up. There were even cigars if you wanted one, and pool tables to play. But after a few days, something was odd. Where did all the boys go? He asked the cricket. All I see now are donkeys, said Pinocchio. I must say, there used to be more boys around here, said the cricket. Just then, one of his ears popped into a donkey ear. Then his other ear popped into a donkey ear, too. Oh! cried the cricket. What is happening to you? I don't know, honk, said Pinocchio. Pinocchio and the cricket saw a line of donkeys led by a dark stranger onto a truck. Oh, no, said the cricket. Now I get it. Boys get turned into donkeys here, then the donkeys are sold. Pinocchio, we have to get you out of here, fast, while we still can. Let's go, a honk, said Pinocchio. His 2 feet had popped into 4. Run, quick, said the cricket. One good thing about Pinocchio's new 4 legs is he could run very fast. Quick, quick. They ran out of Pleasure Island. Soon they were at a dock by the ocean. Please, sir, Pinocchio called out to a man by the dock. I am looking for an old man named Geppetto. Do you know him? A honk. Sounds like you are getting a bad cold, said the man. Geppetto. That's the old man whose son left one morning and did not come back. He went out on a boat to look for him. No one has seen the poor fellow since. Oh no. This is all my fault, a honk, said Pinocchio. I must look for my father. Pinocchio jumped off of the dock into the ocean. The cricket jumped in too, close behind. Most of Pinocchio was still made of wood, so he could float on the ocean. Father, he called out, paddling the water with his arms. Father. But there was no answer. All Pinocchio could see around him was blue water, everywhere, until what was that? Far away? Something was rushing up. Something big, and very fast. In a moment, a giant whale was upon them. It opened its giant jaws and with one gulp, swallowed Pinocchio. Rushing inside with all the sea water tumbled Pinocchio and the cricket. When they came to a stop, they saw that they were in the dark belly of the whale. Are you okay? said Pinocchio to the cricket. I am fine, said a voice of an old man. Wait a minute, said Pinocchio. Father, is that you? There was Geppetto. Father, it's me, said Pinocchio. My son, said Geppetto. I thought I was dreaming. They hugged in joy. Look, said Geppetto as 3 fish swam by. There goes our dinner. Father, I have an idea. Let's make a fire. Grilled fish tonight, said Geppetto. No, I mean for us to get out, said Pinocchio. He gathered driftwood and got a flame going. This is how we can make the whale sneeze, he said. Pinocchio waved his arms over the flame to make a lot of smoke. Soon, clouds of black smoke were rising up. The whale gave a cough. Hang on, said Pinocchio, and then a broken bar wham. In one big sneeze, Pinocchio, Geppetto and the cricket flew out of the whale's mouth, rolling over and over in the sea water. At last they rolled up onto the shore. Pinocchio? Geppetto rose to his feet. The cricket was there beside him. But where was Pinocchio? And then they found him. Pinocchio was face down, his head in a puddle. Pinocchio. They were too late. Geppetto and the cricket wept over Pinocchio, the boy puppet, who lay still in the water. Then in a flash, who was the blue fairy? Pinocchio, she said. You saved your father. You proved that you are both brave and true. She tapped his head with her wand. And now you will be a real boy. Pinocchio woke up. He looked at his soft arms and soft legs. Father, he cried out. Look, I am a real boy. That you are, cried Geppetto. The blue fairy turned to the cricket. Come, she said. In a flash, the two of them were gone. And they lived many long and happy years together.
So now the story is over. We'll find after the break.
There's nothing bigger. You're as big as a mountain. Now dress like one. Gain the confidence and freedom to really eat again. When you were little, your mom got you clothes you could grow into. The same applies here. Because she loves love handles. If eating for you means 9 trips to the buffet, if exercise means picking up the remote, if making love means eating 3 hot dogs, if you've got bigger breasts than your wife, then don't walk, and especially don't run, but drive very slowly down to Kilimanjaro. We've got the clothes for you. From romper suits for wearing around the house to outsized Hawaiian shirts and elasticized trousers for the office. There's nothing better. There's nothing bigger. Kilimanjaro, the clothes shop for enormous men. Celebrating No Diet Day. Fat liberation is here at Kilimanjaro. We're fighting to end hunger. Yours.
We got you something. It's a deep, deep dish pepperoni and bacon pizza, and we gift wrapped it with over 3.5 feet of bacon. You've been working so hard. We love you. Get a Little Caesars large bacon wrapped deep, deep dish pizza for just $12. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. Morning face. You get it when you don't sleep well. This is what happened to Linda.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. Ah, what is that thing?
It's me, Linda.
Oh my God, it talks! Run!
No, it's me, Linda from HR.
It looks hungry! Save the children! Save them! Stay back, I've got mace!
Ow, that went in my eyes.
Quit moving!
It's called beauty sleep for a reason. And there's never been a better time to get some.
Get 20% off IKEA Sultan mattresses. IKEA, love your home.
You're listening to User Track Player.
For first place of my pop song.
And find the way general of people.
User Track Player.
User Track Player. Traffic update.
Before Yio-Chu-Kang intersection, there are a lot of cars at the Sengkang exit. Bradale Road is heading toward the Thompson exit, and there is an accident in the direction of AYE. Traffic is heavy at the intersection of Nickel Highway.
Please drive carefully at the SLE intersection, in the direction of Woodlands, Kranji exit. The car broke down in the direction of Boon Lay before the exit of Raffles Place, at the intersection of Lim Chu Kang.
User Track Player traffic update is brought to you by Volkswagen. You can buy a car. Fortunately, you can buy the right one. Please log on, youcandobetter.sg for more details.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
The newsletter preview tell you, heart inflammation after COVID-19 jabs. What does it mean for you? Vials with Pfizer BioNTech and Moderna coronavirus vaccine labels are seen in an illustration photo. Rare cases of heart inflammation have been reported with COVID-19 vaccines that use MRNA technology, namely the Pfizer BioNTech and Moderna jabs, both overseas and locally. The Straits Times finds out the answers to some questions. Firms that send workers for training see revenue rise, higher productivity, Skills Future MTI study. This lifelong learning is vital to building stronger businesses and a more agile workforce, said Minister of State Gan Sia Huang. Businesses that sent their workers for reskilling and training have reaped revenue benefits, according to a new study by Skills Future Singapore, SSG, in the Ministry of Trade and Industry. The newsletter has 6:35 p.m. will report details.
Hi.
What?
I am back.
We're back. Evan J. Paul. Did you go to the free vacation to check out?
Yes, we did. We've been back at the radio station for 3 p.m., when free vacation has over.
That's good.
Mr. Strong, Samster 5677, did you talk the radio station?
Yes, we did. Has a talks about the radio station.
Now you two of you take care to me and Paul for the radio station.
User Track Player newsletter preview is brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. Mitsubishi Electric Star Max Aircon gives your excellent energy savings. It's easy to clean, and it's same none of the quietest.
Who cares another singing pop songs?
We got great time worried about. User Track Player, your #1 hit station.
사丢心爱的人，一时心梦 痛。一切恋情已经是无望，何必来再想加添苦痛？暗暝的公路，送阮要离开。亲像阮目屎，冰冰冰流着情分，当令阮痴呆。初次的热恋已经是失败，应该着看破介绍悲哀。平淡的公路，送阮要离开。着悲情，雨水落袂停，载车来想东想西，也是无路用。暗淡的前途一定是不幸，不管伊变成啥物人生公路，送阮要离开。
Still don't fall into muddy field. Since the rain has stopped, now let's go to catch the eels. Muddy field. Since the rain has stopped, now let's go to catch the eels. Yelling to all my friends, gather round the field. Inside the muddy field, hiding many eels. Wait for you every day, just to catch the eels. Since the rain has stopped, now let's go to catch the eels. Oh, but you stand still, don't fall into muddy
catch the eels. Since the rain has stopped, now let's go to catch the eels. Since the rain has stopped, now let's go to catch the eels. Since the rain has stopped, now let's go to catch the eels. Since the rain has stopped,
world's first apple cider vinegar gummy. Taste the apple, not the vinegar. Pectin is recognized as an important prebiotic that supports healthy flourishing of the gut flora, ultimately providing a beneficial environment in the gut. Only from Herbal Farm.
Time, brought to you by Herbal Farm. Herbal Farm, the greatest wealth is health. Please call 67490004.
Realizing the situation, believing in the terrace, and pouring into chapters as time consumed me. Use your Track Player newsletter.
Now Evan J.
Paul,
Mr. Strong,
and Samster 5677. We're now the newsletter now.
Heart inflammation after COVID-19 jabs, what does it mean for you? Vials with Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna coronavirus vaccine labels are seen in an illustration photo. Rare cases of heart inflammation have been reported with COVID-19 vaccines that use mRNA technology, namely the Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna jabs, both overseas and locally. The Straits Times finds out the answers to some questions. It is often caused by a viral infection but can also be the result of certain chemicals or allergic reactions to medications, autoimmune diseases and other kinds of infections, including by bacteria and parasites. Myocarditis and pericarditis are not heart attacks, which are usually caused by blockages in the blood vessels that supply the heart.
This is because the severity of symptoms varies substantially. Some people have no symptoms while others may have only mild symptoms, and so it is often not detected. In most cases, the inflammation is mild, but it can be severe enough to require hospitalization and even cause death. Singapore's Health Sciences Authority, HSA, said in an update that as at June 30th, in general, 5 to 7 individuals per 100,000 people a year are hospitalized for myocarditis or pericarditis. This makes up roughly 280 to 400 cases a year. People generally recover from the symptoms and do well. Inflammation of the heart was also reported in some COVID-19 patients last year, most likely the result of an overactive immune system giving rise to the inflammation. Asthma vaccines lead to a similar, but milder, immune response. This could also result in inflammation. 7 of the cases involved males aged below 30. 6 of the cases occurred after the first dose, said HSA. Most were reported to have occurred within a week of the individual receiving the vaccine. HSA also noted that a greater frequency of heart attacks and strokes was not observed in vaccinated people here. In the US, more than 1,200 cases of heart inflammation have been reported as of June 2021 and most were mild cases. It is estimated that there are just 12.6 heart inflammation cases per million second doses administered. Symptoms may also be non-specific, ranging from tiredness, muscle aches and a mild fever. The patient may also feel shortness of breath occurring more readily than before, wrote Dr. Make Kunhu, a cardiologist at Gleneagles Medical Center, in his 2015 book Understanding and Preventing Sudden Death. When a person exercises, the demand on the heart increases. If the heart muscle is already inflamed, strenuous physical activity may worsen the amount of damage to the heart muscle, adversely affecting its function. Sporting activities should be avoided until the condition is completely resolved and medical treatment should be given prior to resumption of exercise.
Firms that send workers for training see revenue rise, higher productivity, skills future MTI study. This lifelong learning is vital to building stronger businesses and a more agile workforce, said Minister of State Gan Sia Huang. Businesses that sent their workers for reskilling and training have reaped revenue benefits, according to a new study by Skills Future Singapore, SSG, and the Ministry of Trade and Industry. The study found that for every 10% of the local workforce that companies supported for training, the company's revenue was about 0.7% higher on average each year for up to 3 years after training. The labor productivity of the firms was also 2.2% higher on average per year for 2 years.
The study looked at the benefits enjoyed by firms that sponsored their local workers for SSG-supported training between 2010 and 2018. This lifelong learning is vital to building stronger businesses and a more agile workforce, said Minister of State for Manpower and Education Yan Sia-Huang at a forum to launch the Skills Future Month on Thursday, July 8. The event, which will end on August 22, features over 50 virtual, hybrid and physical events catered to different segments of the workforce. More than 90 community, education and industry partners are participating in the event, which is expected to draw more than 50,000 learners. She noted that the next phase of Skills Future has a strong focus on the enterprise pillar. To this end, SSG supports firms through initiatives that include providing credits for enterprises to cover eligible training expenses and enabling partnerships with Queen Bee companies, which are large anchor firms that help with skills development in their respective industries. More than 7,000 firms have tapped the Skills Future Enterprise Credit and sent their employees for SSG-funded training courses as at end May. About 650 firms also implemented workplace learning programs and trained 3,700 workers as at March 31, under the National Center of Excellence for Workplace Learning. The center helps companies develop their workplace learning capabilities through training and consultancy projects. SSG also partnered more than 20 Queen Bee firms to help over 500 companies, many of which are small and medium-sized enterprises. SSG also places special focus on supporting mature individuals in their 40s and 50s, with programs to help them stay employable in their current jobs or even switch sectors. More than 11,000 Singaporeans have enrolled in SG United Skills programs as of May. Nearly 5,300 locals also enrolled in the SG United Mid-Career Pathways company training programs. More than 60% of the trainees are aged 40 and above.
Newsletter has over.
For more information, please log on to this website at 8world.com/news. More details.
User Track Player. User Track Player.
Weather report.
Right for the weather report. This thundery showers today on 1 p.m. to 6 to 16 at Singapore on July 8, 2021 on Thursday. So now from temperature for 24 and 34 degrees.
User Track Player weather report is brought to you by SPC. SPC Levo formulated with advanced friction reduction technology. The improved SPC Levo petrol provides a smoother and more responsive drive, giving you greater fuel savings. SPC keeps getting better.
User Track Player.
User Track Player. Traffic update.
At the CT intersection, before the Hugang intersection, there are many cars at the Hillview Avenue intersection. An accident occurred at the Upper Bukit Timah exit. Sanjay Jadon headed towards the Tengah intersection.
Before KJE headed towards the PIE intersection, the car broke down in the direction of Admiralty. Yeo Chukang, please drive carefully in the direction of the exit.
Semboang is in the direction of Yishun exit, in the direction of Havelock Road.
Orchard Boulevard in the direction of the River Valley exit, and the traffic has broken down.
User Track Player traffic update is brought to you by Volkswagen. You can buy a car. Fortunately, you can buy the right one. Please log on, youcandobetter.sg for more details.
Volkswagen, das Auto.